When the GoPro Hero 9 Black was announced, I looked at the specs and immediately decided to buy one. I use GoPros all the time in the professional video production world, as well as for mountain biking, and having usable 5K and 4K resolutions plus hypersmooth stabilization sealed the deal for me. In this video, we're gonna take a look at capturing some POV mountain biking footage. I think the best way to capture it is to use the chesty mount. Putting the camera up on your helmet is just too far away from the action, in my opinion. I like to be able to see my handlebars, my bike, and the lower you put the camera to the ground, the faster your footage is gonna look. Now, if you don't have the chesty mount, you're still gonna learn a lot in this video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the same trail over and over at different frame rates and resolutions. Then at the very end, I'll show you what I think works best. Now, if you want to shoot in 5K using the chesty mount, I've got two options. Option one is more of that non-distorted, non-fisheye look with really smooth footage. And that would be 5K with linear plus horizon level and hyper smooth set to on. Boost hyper smooth at 5K just crops in too much, so set that to on and you'll be fine. Overall, this look is really unique. It doesn't look very GoPro-y. It's just a different feel. And if you're filming someone riding in front of you, I would give this setting a shot because you're not doing the fisheye look anymore. You're gonna look closer. And since it's 5K, you could probably crop in and zoom in a little bit further so they look even closer. Option two would be to shoot in 5K wide, hyper smooth set to on. This is a little more GoPro-y. It's not quite super view, but it gives you more of that traditional GoPro look. And it definitely works if you want to shoot in 5K. Now, if you want to shoot slow-mo, the highest resolution option would be 4K 60 with the lens set to wide. You can't do 4K 60 super view, so this is your best option. Now, if you want to shoot slow motion with super view on, I would drop down to 2.7K. You can do 60 frames a second at that. That resolution still looks good. Now, if you want to go even slower, 1080 120 super view is a great option. Put hyper smooth on to boost and it's gonna look super buttery smooth. Now, when it comes to my go-to settings, this is what I'm gonna be doing. 4K 24 super view hyper smooth on. This is, in my opinion, the best option. When it comes to hyper smooth boost versus on looks a little more natural in my opinion. Boost does look really good. It's almost too good in some instances. It's too smooth. Sometimes having a few little bumps and jitters in your footage actually gives it a little more speed and energy. So that's why this setting is gonna be my go-to, at least for now. Now, this will be ongoing, and as I continue to learn more about this camera, the settings could change a little bit. I'm really excited to see what that new Max lens mod can do. That might change my settings completely, but for now, this is what I'll be running. Now, there are a few other little things that I change every time I get a new camera. So number one, I always set the sharpness to low. You never want to bake in that over-sharpened digitalized look because actually having a softer image is going to look more cinematic. You can always sharpen it in post and you have way more control if you do it that way. Number two, always set your white balance. Don't leave it in auto white balance. If you're going to be filming outside, set it to 5500 Kelvin, around there. You should be fine 99% of the time. Number three, when it comes to color, I usually just leave it in GoPro color mode. If you want to do more fine tuning and color grading, you can set it to flat, but for most of the work I do, GoPro color works just fine. And number four, something I do to improve the quality of my audio is to use these foam windscreens that you can buy on Amazon for a couple bucks. They work really good and they cut down the wind noise big time, and I highly recommend using these. I pretty much have it on my camera at all times now, so can't go wrong with these. Well, that's pretty much it for the GoPro Hero 9 Black. If you guys got some value out of this video, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment below. I'm gonna keep learning this camera. I look forward to getting that new Max lens mod thing. I'm gonna put a video out when I get that, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next video.